Of course, keeping our thoughts with those in Puerto Rico tonight and, of course, in the coming days as well. Storm Track 3 meteorologist Katie Melvin joins us now. And Katie, this is something that you are keeping an eye on.
I know people typically, especially here in Illinois, we don't think of hurricane season as often as those maybe at the coast. You know, I am from somewhere that constantly looks at it. So I, of course, am always watching the tropics. We do have this hurricane on the board right now that we have been watching. It is a Category 1 as it goes over Puerto Rico, but pulling up the cone here, we are going to see it continue to move off into the Atlantic, which is some good news for us here in the mainland. It is expected to be a Cat 3 by the Wednesday afternoon, winds of about 125 miles per hour. So definitely a pretty strong system, but should not affect us here at home at all. We're pretty much seeing a complete 180, blue skies, very warm out there. Live look in Poplar Bluff right now, not even seeing any of those clouds. 89 degrees, so it's definitely a warm one out there. Humidity and dew point are also a bit on the higher side. Some of us even already hitting 90 degrees. Cape Girardeau, Sikeston seeing that 90 right now. Union City, Paducah getting close at 88, so it is definitely a hot day out there if you plan to be out and about at all this evening. Overnight tonight, really not seeing a lot of relief, only dipping down to about 70 or so for our low. Probably going to want to keep that AC on as well, but not tracking too much else except maybe some early isolated showers for areas in the northeastern portion of our region like Hamilton County. But tomorrow we do have the threat tracker cut up because we're tracking hot and humid conditions to start the week until about Wednesday, not really cooling off until Thursday or Friday. So still pretty much being dominated by this high pressure, not seeing a whole lot happening over the region. We're pretty quiet. Cold front though is off to our northwest, a little bit of rain ahead of it. Right now we're quiet, but some of that rain that we're seeing off to our west might be making its way over part of our region tomorrow morning, so kind of keeping an eye on that. But temperatures somewhere in the 80s. Some of us are seeing some clouds tonight, really not cooling off too much, only down into those 70s. You can kind of see some of that rain off to our north. It'll just clip us just a little bit near the Carmi, Mount Vernon area. Nothing too major is expected out of this, but again, still very warm tomorrow morning. 5 o'clock, we're still going to be in the 70s for some of us, really ramping up by about lunchtime back in the mid 80s. Heat indices even warmer in those 90s. Heat of the day, mid 90s. Heat indices even warmer. So if you have any plans tomorrow, just make sure you stay safe because it is going to get hot. Tomorrow we do see a couple of those clouds fill in the about 8 o'clock. A couple of clouds overnight as well, but it's just going to feel like it's summertime again, at least for a couple of days. Typically our high should be around 80 degrees, but we're seeing 94, 96, and 95 over the next couple of days. So you're definitely going to want the Storm Track 3 app. It's going to get hot. You're going to want any updates on that for sure. Overall tomorrow, you're going to want sunscreen, sunglasses, and just make sure you stay hydrated with those warm conditions expected yet again. So it's pretty hard to believe we're only a couple of days away from the first day of fall. Tomorrow, maybe a chance of rain for very few of this, that isolated chance, but hot conditions expected through about Wednesday. Finally, a front coming through midweek, dipping us down into where we really should be, into those lower 80s. Lots of sunshine on the board as well, but hopefully we'll be nice and cool for the start of fall.
Well, it's sounding like over the next couple of days, people can still wear their shorts and short sleeve shirts, at least for a little while longer.
Oh yeah, you can get in the pool even. It'll be nice and hot.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Katie.
Thanks.